Hello, my name is Scott Held. I am an exercise physiologist and also a line judge in Conference USA. Injuries to officials can happen on any given play, so it's important to minimize that risk. This video will teach you techniques to avoid getting hurt on the field. You will also learn how and when to warm up before a game or exercise. As I explain various stretches, it is important to remember that your preparation for the game begins long before you take the field. If you are accustomed to exercise and stretching, your muscles will only need to get primed up to be ready for the game. Today's video will discuss common injuries to officials and how we can prevent them. You will learn the differences between dynamic and static stretching. Finally, you will be shown several stretches as they relate to officiating. The major goal of this video is to prevent injuries and keep you on the field. One of the most common injuries to officials are muscle pulls, known as strains. A strain could be slight and nag you, but still allow you to officiate, or major and keep you off the field. Lack of flexibility may have been a contributor to this type of injury. Sprains, on the other hand, are injuries to the ligaments. Slight would be stretched, and a major one would be a torn ligament. Damage to ligaments could be prevented by using proper body mechanics and improving flexibility. To prevent injuring your calf or Achilles, avoid an explosive burst from a standing position. Instead, build up your speed. When sprinting, gradually slow down. This gets your body under control and can prevent your knee from giving out. Most injuries occur while starting or stopping. Trying to pivot with your foot stuck in the ground can damage your meniscus or cause serious injury to the knee. This could also occur if you plant on the inside foot when making a cut. Make sure you take the heel off the ground and pivot or lift your foot before turning. A simple drill to prevent knee injuries is cutting on the outside foot. Practice this movement until it becomes second nature. As a short wing squares up a spot, this motion will help get your body in the right position. At the mention of warm-up, you should think of dynamic and static stretching. They both serve roles in officiating, but a dynamic warm-up is most beneficial before a game or exercise, and static stretches are most beneficial at the end of a workout. Dynamic stretching is the preferred method to simulate movements and muscles that will be used in a game. Simply put, this is stretching while moving. Examples of this would be jogging, high knees, side shuffles, karaoke, and even some football-related movements that officials perform during a game. This type of stretching moves muscles through a challenging but comfortable range of motion. It stimulates the central nervous system and even increases your core body temperature. Officials generally perform this type of warm-up at one or more times after they arrive at the stadium. Before the 90-minute coaches meeting, right around the 60-minute mark, and a few minutes before kickoff. These drills would be done at the field or near the locker room and could take just a few minutes. You should break a sweat after doing this warm-up. Remember to start off at a low intensity and build up as your body gets warm. Your goal is to get loose, not pull anything. Static stretching, on the other hand, involves stretching a muscle and holding it there. The best time to static stretch is after a workout when the muscles are warm and have been challenged. Basically, you are loose, ligaments are more elastic. This is the time to lengthen the muscle in a controlled manner. As it relates to football, I would recommend static stretching your troubled areas after you have done a warm-up and broke a sweat. For example, if your hamstrings are feeling tight, you may want to spend a little extra time stretching that area. I'm going to explain a few static stretches for the lower body, starting with the hamstrings. For the picture on the left, you will feel the stretch towards the back of the knee and even in the calf. When doing the stretch on the right, you will feel the pull in the middle of the muscle. Keep the knee pulled towards your chest the whole time. The video will show a great stretch for the hamstring that is easy to perform. Lean forward with the front knee slightly bent. Try to pull the knee back. You will feel this in the belly of the muscle. Next is the quad stretch. Maintaining your balance, keep your chest tall, and pull your foot back. At the top of your quad is your hip flexor. Kneel down, keep your chest tall, and push your back hip forward. The hip flexor, quadriceps, and hamstring usually get pulled when we are running at a high speed. Our groin can get injured as we pivot or turn our hips. The butterfly and hurdler stretch will minimize that risk. To loosen up our glute and lower back muscles, we use the crossover stretch. As you pull your knee across your body, keep your back flat and your toes on the straight leg pointed up. This will isolate the stretch even more. The calf is stretched by pushing against a wall or fence. Keep your back leg straight and push your heel into the ground. The Achilles is similar to the calf stretch, except you will move closer to the wall and slightly bend your back leg. The stretch will be felt just above the heel, but below the calf. Injury to the calf and Achilles occur when we make quick bursts from a stop position. While on the field, remember to gradually build up your speed when running. The pretzel stretch will help loosen up the piriformis, a little muscle on the outside of the hip. The sciatic nerve can run right through the center of this muscle. If the piriformis is tight, you may experience sciatic pain. When doing the piriformis stretch, lie on your back, cross your leg over, grab your ankle, push your elbow against your right knee, push it away. You will feel this in your right hip. So what should you do before a game? There is no one routine or correct answer to that question. By working out regularly and experimenting in scrimmages, you should know what it takes to get your body ready. My suggestion is you get warm by riding a stationary bike at the stadium or do a light jog. Go into a dynamic warm-up on the field and get your muscles loose. When you head back into the locker room, static stretch any areas of your body that may not feel 100%. Make sure you drink some fluids, either water or a sports drink. Right before kickoff, use those few minutes to do a few football-related movements. Make sure you stay hydrated not only before the game but during. Many officials will not drink any fluids on the field because they are not thirsty. Being thirsty is too late and an early indication of being dehydrated. Our mental alertness and physical performance can decrease as we get dehydrated. After the game or the beginning of the week, you want to focus on recovery so you can be ready for the next game. The sooner you can stretch after the game, the better. Ice is your friend to reduce inflammation and allow your muscles to heal. Heat is used to warm up muscles and increase blood flow. Use heat on chronic injuries to get them loose. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Work on your flexibility during the off-season through dynamic and static stretching so you'll be ready for the season. You will be less sore after your games and hopefully injury-free. Remember to use proper body mechanics when you move on the field. Good luck in this upcoming season and have a great year.